Suki, how you doing? Can you hear me? Hey May. Can you guys hear me on this? I'm using a different microphone. So let me know if you can hear me. I actually remembered to hit the right button this time. Okay, good. Awesome. Yeah, oh guys, I felt so bad. By the time I had realized, like, I had hit the wrong button, it was too late. Like, I didn't know I'd hit the wrong button until, like, I don't know. I was closing up for the night, and I was like, oh, that doesn't say stop recording. That says stop streaming. A+, Liz. I'm a winner. So how's everybody doing today? Is everyone doing well? Let's hide my phone. Nobody needs to see that. Yeah? Peru? I'm just gonna fuss with things until someone yells at me to stop. May is making a character reference for a handsome, smooth character. Very cool indeed. I have a hiccup. Are you just doing like the front image, or are you going to do like a full body, like front, back, sides? Today's Inktober is C, the letter C. So I'm going to do a little caterpillar. I'm going to do a fuzzy buddy. I'll have to check those out after the stream, May. Because I want to get this guy done. I am so tired. I was up until like 2 working on yesterday's. Okay, so what do you guys think? For this little fuzzy caterpillar, I'm thinking I want to make his face bronze, his little chest right around here black or gray, his little tummy bronze, and then this gray again. Or should I like, hey Suki, should I like flip-flop those and make his face black, his little chest bronze, this black, and his little butt bronze? Give him either blue or gray eyes with red hair. That's a good combo. Hey Suki, Suki, you got a puppy dog, and you were telling me about your puppy dog. How is your puppy dog? Give him like a blue-gray, gray-blue. My eyes are kind of like that. They're like blue, but slightly, like not a very vibrant blue. They're kind of just gray. They're a cool gray, I guess. No? That's disappointing. Too much. Well. Probably be more than enough bronze for what I need. I don't, actually, no, probably not. This is a lot of guy. Freddy is a French pug. He's brindle. Oh, yeah, he does sound precious. I want a pug. And the fact that he's not just straight up pug will probably help, like, because they have a lot of health issues. Pugs have a lot of health issues. The fact that he's not like a purebred pug will probably like help keep those down. Only 9 weeks. Oh, baby. He's little fellow. How long have you had him? Oh, yeah, of course. Let's mod it up. Add moderator. There we go. Had him about a week. Oh. Is he getting used to... life with you guys? Okay. I'm once again, what are you guys thinking? What do you think? I'd like your opinion from a little caterpillar buddy. OBS, where are you? OBS. Okay. There we go. Should I make his little face bronze, his chest black, his tummy bronze, and his butt black? Or should I make his face black, his chest bronze, his tummy black, and his butt bronze? Because he's going to be black and bronze. It's just a matter of do I start this off as bronze, or do I start that off as black? Okay. Face black, and then go with bronze for... Okay. That was my initial plan. We're going to start off with the bronze, though, because I've been looking forward to using this all gosh darn day. And now that I'm no longer sticking paintbrushes in my mouth, I found... You guys are not going to believe this. I found Crystal Pepsi at the store the other day. I will check that out in a hot second, Suki. Because I definitely want to see this buddy. I like little French... Ugh. I like pugs. I like French bulldogs. An English bully was is a dog breed that I really would love to own one day. But they just have so many little health problems. I just can't I can't afford it. And their breed, I mean, gosh, they're so expensive. There was one I had my heart on. I had my little heart set on. But they wanted, I think they wanted a couple $1,000s for him. And I couldn't. I just couldn't. And it was I was very sad. because I had already, like, I'd seen him at I saw him at a pet store. And I had held him, and he fell asleep in my arms. And you know, when they fall asleep in your arms, like, that's just it. You're screwed. But then they told me how much he was, and my mom was with me at the time. She had to walk me out because I was like, but I want it. I don't need to pay bills for a year. Yes, he's more than what I make in like 2 months. He's more than what I make in 3 months. I named him Benton. Caterpillar! Sorry! Benedict! Hey! Look at you sneaking in. All my buddies are showing up tonight. What do you know? Oh. What you know? So Benedict, what you up to? Huh? Gosh. Oh, what? Jace? You were in here too? Hey, you know what, Jace? Mr. Hipster, I don't think I should get any sass from you since you beat level 1 of Cuphead without me. To be fair, you probably did a lot better without me, but still, it's the principle of the matter. Mr. Fergie J. It was pretty, yeah, no, I get it, yeah. It was pretty fun. I was awful at it. I was pretty rubbish. You haven't been able to beat a single stage in World 2? Probably because you feel guilty that you started playing without me. Oh, snap. Does it keep track? Does it keep track of your death count, or were you keeping track? Waynehead? The game tells you how awful you are? Oh. Ouch. Burn. Yeah, it was hard, but I mean, like, it felt like every time we got farther than the instance before, it was sort of like a mini victory. Like, it was hard earned. This brush is too small for the area I'm wanting to cover, but I was just supposed to do details. Supposed to roundabouts it. Suki Condor got a puppy a week ago, guys. It is a little pug French bulldog hybrid. So in other words, he's just like a little waddly thing of adorable and precious. What kind of diet is he on? What are you guys feeding him? Holy cow. Benedict, are you, what? People doing no damage boss runs? Uh-uh. Uh-uh. I was always really excited when I got past the first stage in a boss fight, and I still had 2 HP. Like that was, I think I did that once or twice, and I was feeling like top of the walk. There's just so much going on visually. I couldn't comprehend it all. Poor Jace had to yell at me when he died, so I would flail to try and catch him and revive him. I know, I was absolutely awful at that game, Benedict. But it was fun. And Suki feeds his puppy an organic puppy food. That's good. We give our Poochoo, we give our pupper a grain-free dog food, and then we give her a cheap Little Caesars wet food because she didn't like the nice stuff we tried to feed her. She wanted the cheap crap. I'm like, all right, well, fine with me. The only problem is like the cat will get into it, and she has bad reactions. She has like gas reactions to grains. So she'll start to eat it, and it'll be kitty farts. Oh, you're not here. Let's go ahead and do one of these. Everyone's a moderator. You're a moderator. Oh, you're already a moderator. You're a moderator. Everybody's a moderator. I don't know if you guys could hear that loud bang, but that was from a cat. When in doubt, a cat did it. And Benedict, I will look at that when I'm done with this guy. Because I am just dragging today. I'm like dying. So I want to get this little buddy done. And then I'm just going to veg and watch stuff. So I will check out that stream. I will check out those guys like owning Cuphead because I think that'd be fun to watch. And feeding little Freddy watermelon is probably going to be absolutely precious. Casey has been alright. Weather can't make up its mind. Here we are, first week of October, and it's still relatively warm. It's finally starting to cool down, which is nice. Someone needs to explain to the weather that it is the first week of October, and I should be able to wear my hoodies without sweltering in them. We're having 80s this week. Jace is much better at being a responsible adult than I am. he looks at like the weather forecasts and the news. Just today and tomorrow. Well, I mean, tomorrow is technically later this week. Mid-70s Wednesday on. I can deal with mid-70s. We were having like mid-90s last week, was it? The place I work is really freezing. It's really, really cold. So during the day when I'm at work, I wear these thick sweaters and hoodies and just stuff to try and keep warm. And then on my commute home, I'm dying. Oh, I got confused for a second. I lost his tummy fluff. Oh gosh, no. No disco. Never disco. Disco is dead. There is no inferno. No burn, baby, burn. No disco inferno. Burn, baby, burn. Disco inferno. Ooh. Oh, sorry. Ribs are delicious. I've done that. Eaten s'more stuff without like actually melting the chocolate. That is still quite delicious and completely acceptable. However, some of your successful adulting status has been marginally revoked. Not by me, because Lord knows I can't. I have no room to talk. So when you find you have streaks in your paint, that usually means that you're using a paintbrush that is just too small for the area you're wanting to cover. You should probably look into a better brush. Find one that is more suitable for your needs for that moment. Pugs or potato chips, you just can't stop at one. I don't know, I think I could only do one at a time. I think we're going to be doing hamburger helper for dinner. I think when I say we, I mean I will be the one who makes it, which is fine. I'm a big kid. I can make food. Hamburger helper isn't that hard. Ah, an Instagram for puppers. No, sorry, it is Ink, and it is a bronze ink, but it's a focus. Why? There we go. It is P.H. Martin's iridescent bronze. And because it's technically in ink, I can use it for Inktober and not feel any sort of guilt or remorse. Yes. Yes, I'm actually really impressed at the shine. I used it in another piece last week, and I was very impressed and pleased with the shine. And look forward to doing more projects with it. I decided that for Inktober I was going to kind of splurge and get myself some new toys, some fun things to try out, be excited about. I saw some other folks using some shiny inks, and I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, it's alright, Suki. You can collect stamps. That's fine. Me. It's an adult thing. I was at the post office a couple of weeks ago, and there's a lady. She was going through what stamps they'd just gotten in. And I wanted to get, they had displayed that Wonder Woman stamps were available, and I wanted one, but I guess they were sold out. It's alright. I don't know what I would have done with it. Oh yeah, no, totally understandable, Benedict, because, you know, adulting is rather time consuming, so one has to, make sure that they can fit it into their schedule. You don't want to overkill this adulting thing. I think sadly, just traditional mail is not is sort of dying out. Yeah, it looks like he nibbled on that. Sure. We're just gonna roll with it, guys, okay? We're just rolling with that. There's no mistakes, only happy caterpillars. I oftentimes have to remind people that I am actually an adult. I don't think the fact that I'm walking around in like My Little Pony hoodies and I talk about my favorite cartoons and I sing the theme song to DuckTales and all that jazz helps my my cause. going to use, I'm going to use that muted gray that I used the other day. I like the look of it. I think this is called a woolly bear. I'm not gonna lay that down. That's dangerous. A woolly bear. It's sort of like a. That sounded gross. I kind of took some artistic licenses with it because they don't have as much bronzed areas, but I really wanted to use a lot of bronze. Sergeant Frog kind of sounds familiar. Possibly. I think like I've heard other people talk about it, but I don't know anything of it myself. So right now we're going to be using the, ooh, come on, Liquitex Ink Muted Gray. I used this on the bat I did yesterday, and I watered it down in an ink wash, and I was pretty pleased with how that went. So we're going to use some of that on the bits, so that should be black. No, I think I've heard you guys talk about it on on CR's stream, Chad's stream. My pocket's going. Probably should have let that bronze dry a little bit more, but this girl only got so much time in the day. I might. I think that probably would have been what I would have done. But I kind of forgot about it until just now. So, I mean, obviously it wasn't something that weighed very, very heavily on my mind, or else I would have put more of an effort into finding one. Oh, hi, Rose. Oh, no. I'm sorry to hear your parents aren't doing too, or, you know, are feeling sick. Is it like a, you know, allergies thing? I know a lot of people are catching stuff right now. I'm glad your aunts are able to be there for you guys. That's always good, you know, having backup, having people come help you out. Oh, yeah. that makes sense. Yeah, I know you guys have been going through that. Um, I'm glad, just that she's still, it sucks that she doesn't feel well and that she's, going through all that, but at the same time, like, she's going through all that because she's trying to give up a bad habit. So I'm sorry that excuse me, she's not feeling well, but I'm glad that she's sticking with her decision to give up that habit. And I'm not surprised it's affecting your poor dad, because he's probably stressed out and worried, and like that's not a that's a pretty big bite on a plate. Yeah, I would imagine if she drank anything now, it just kind of, undo all the hard work that she's put into getting better and to getting a handle on stuff. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, that stuff's got a lot of sugars and such that just don't do you any favors. When I on weeks when I allow myself some wine or anything like that, it seems like I just swell. My joints feel sore and swollen. It's also because I'm old. Welcome back, Meg. Yeah, I received a text a couple seconds ago. I have a feeling that I'm going to have to head out here relatively soon to go make some dinner, because Mom's gonna be home before too long and probably gonna be hungry. But I knew if I didn't sit down and start working, I'd be up until 2 o'clock again, and I don't want to be up until 2. Working on this, and that if I didn't stream it, I'd probably just kind of sit there and just pedunk for a while, just not really be proactive. So I figured, what the heck, let's start a stream, work on stuff, chat with buddies. Cartoon Network turned 25 yesterday and didn't air anything old. I'll have you know that 25 is not old. That's baby young, super young, very, very young. That's what all the young kids are doing, 25, yep. And I am painting, or I'm inking, or I'm just kind of flailing a paintbrush at a little woolly bear. I think it was called a woolly bear caterpillar. I took some creative liberties because they don't have quite as many stripes. I'm not quite so sure I'm happy with this route that he's going. I liked the sketch. I thought the sketch was pretty cute, but not so sure if I like where this is going. sad that it is sad cable is being pushed aside, even now getting cable used. Yeah, cable used to be a big deal. Honestly, I'm trying to get rid of ours, but my dad is just too fond of it. He's the only one in the house who watches it. I would like to be gone with it, but what do I know? You know, I just pay for it. Oh, and tomorrow is the birthday of Rose's grandmother, her mother's mother. She is no longer with us, but we shall still wish her a happy birthday. We will still think fondly of her on this day. Yeah. When you're getting streaks like, remember guys, when you have funny streaks going on in your painting, or your ink drawing, or any project you're working on whatsoever, that's a good indication that the paintbrush you're using might just be a little too small for what you're needing. When you find that happening, don't be afraid to experiment with a larger brush. So how obnoxious was that voice? Fuzzy pillar. So when they're really fluffy, are they a caterpillar or a fatapillar? Check out Weird Paul. He's a collector, a fan of stuff from the 80s. Consider himself the original vlogger. Hard to be when I'm pleasant to listen to. I thought it'd be interesting to try and pull, to see how long like I could do my Minnesotan accent. But I don't think I'd be able to pull it long enough. I think it'd end up being more obnoxious than anything. There we go. Get some coverage. Get some mileage. I'm not really much of a painter, so I really have no idea like when one should use what type of paintbrush in what situation. Oh yeah, the camera is all kinds of out of focus. How's that? That better? That's great, right? That's good? Just saw, Rose, I would be more than happy to see your video once I'm done here. Because my plan is once I get this little buddy done, I'm going to just kind of chill out, relax, I just want to get today's Inktober done. Actually, this is tomorrow's Inktober, so it's not like I'm trying to play a big catch up or anything. But once I get this guy done, because I am tired. I was up till 2 last night, and I don't want to be up until 2 again. So Benedict just saw an artist photoshopping a digital Inktober piece on to a sketchbook so that they could brag that they work digital. That sounds like that would almost be more work than it's worth. Extreme close-ups. So, I don't know if y'all were paying attention. Benedict, I think you might be aware of this one, but I guess there was like some sort of Inktober controversy scandal thing. I don't know if it counts as a scandal. More of like a controversy. Rose, are you a moderator? Yeah, you're a moderator. Okay. Yeah. Toss a link up there. When I'm done and I close up shop, I will leave that window open so I can go through and look, because I've got a couple folks tossing links up for me. And it is not that I do not want to see them. It is just that that is a rabbit hole. That is just and I don't think the shiny, I don't think the shine is helping our case any, guys. In case no one is aware just of how ghetto rigged, and now I can't see. I don't know if everyone is aware just how ghetto rigged our setup is. I took a desk lamp and velcroed my webcam to it. That's just how ghetto we are right now. Jace, if he's still here, I don't know, suggested I try doing filming with my phone because my phone has a better sort of like focus range. And I kind of pouted because it was genius and I didn't think of it. So what am I painting? I am painting a caterpillar. So Benedict has heard of the controversy. People just went full purist like every year. If you ask him, the process of inking isn't the main point of Inktober, but to get off one's butt and to do daily drawing. And I agree. I definitely agree, Benedict. Like, that is, to me, that's the big thing of Inktober, is to just do something. Just to kind of do something, be part of a community. It's sort of like a theme. The fact that it was originally, promoting ink. So Jake Parker created the challenge because he was hitting a creative dry spell. And he created Inktober to just kind of challenge himself, to take away a lot of the safety nets that he had gotten used to. And I think a lot of people got a little butthurt because, he'd pointed out digital painting Control-Z is a crutch. I mean, I don't want to call it a crutch, but it is a tool. It is a tool, and tools should be used, but it's something that people just kind of really take advantage of, and I've gone from doing a digital piece to sitting down and sketching, and I found my little fingers wanting to go to Control-Z, and it's just like, wow, it does affect how you think. So he I guess was just wanting to put himself out there, or he went with ink or what have you, and someone asked his opinion on if using traditional, if I think they asked, like, is it okay if I use digital ink during Inktober? And he said, he'd stated why, his opinion, and then he stated why, and people just kind of got a little butthurt over it. And it's one of those things where it kind of reminded me of when I was in like high school or whatever, and the professor would be like, all right, so here's our project and here are your guidelines. These are, you know, what you can and cannot do. Here are your parameters. Stick to them. And people would be like, oh, that's not what I want to do. You can't tell me how to do my art. And I don't like it when people tell me how to do my art. And it's like, guys, you are in a class. The teacher's not telling you what to do with your own personal projects. What you're doing is a class project. They have to make sure that you are capable of doing specific competencies. So, they're not saying your, beloved art style is, they're not trying to dictate your beloved art style. They're just saying that for this project, you need to meet these competencies. That's their job. So that's kind of like my, that's my little soapbox, and I'm going to step off of it. In cooler news, Thomas Mill, Titan Dragon, did 2 Inktobers on his DA. The characters are hand-drawn. Oh, that's cool! I love Mike Mignola's style. That's the Hellboy art style, Mike Mignola. Don't do drugs, get a pup or a kitty. Trust me, when you have a pet, you cannot afford drugs. That made it sound like I'm price quoting narcotics. I'm not price quoting narcotics, guys. I'm just saying, Fuzzy Buddies are expensive. Let's just bring our whole gosh darn ink tray over here. No! So, who has the DuckTales theme song stuck in their head? Because I do! Yellow, that's brown. Yeah, Buddy Without Fur. That's purple. That's not what I want. I think this is what I want. So my intention was not to do all kinds of crazy colors with this piece. But I have a feeling that's just kind of what it's going to end up being. I suck this ink back in. Yep, I've watched, to my knowledge, I've watched all the episodes that they've uploaded. Episodes 1 and 2, and I think 3 as well. Like, I watched the, like the ones that aired in, oh, I almost started shaking that and its cap was off, in the summer. And then I watched the ones that they aired, was it September 23rd? Then I watched the ones that they aired last weekend. I've also heard that the Disney cartoons are pretty popular over in Europe. I got to talk to one of the gentlemen who does a lot of the art for the Disney cartoon comic, and I remember him saying, "I'm a big deal in Europe," and I was like, "Oh, okay." I know. I thought he was. I thought he was cool, and I'm over here in the States. I'm a big deal in Europe. Oh. Yeah, this sucker's gonna end up taking longer than I wanted it to. Whatever, it's cute. I'll probably end up hating it. Life is like a hurricane here in Duckburg. I like the new series. The new DuckTales series. I just wish that it had more Launchpad. I don't know how good this microphone on this webcam is, but little puppy feet ran upstairs. I could hear them charging. There's the Mega Puppa charge. Da-da-da-da-da. I'm a pilot. I'm a pilot. Yeah, Benedict, aren't you? You're over in Europe, yeah? Or am I mistaken? I once found a... Hey! It is the captain. It is Captain O'Captain. Oh, Captain, my captain, she has found me. You're as European gets. I don't know. My friend Susie, she pretty European. Oh, dude, yeah, no. I hear you, girl. I hear you, Cap. And you know what's even... Try going on to... What is it? Discord? Discord's like, what the heck is this? What the heck is... What is all this? Why are there so many options? First time I hopped on Twitch, I was like, what is going on? Why are there a million little smiley faces? Why don't I have them? What? And then it's like, some people apparently, apparently like it's possible to earn points when you're watching somebody stream, and I was like, what? How does it know? So my default answer to stuff like that is, I'm too old for this, guys. I'm too old. I made that stem leaf way too big. I dig Suri. My default response is always like, well, you know, do what you can. If you don't have to do all 31 days, just do what you can, do what you want. Yeah. So, they've been calling that the adpocalypse, and it's because companies, and in a way, like, I can understand where some of the companies are coming from, that there's some content on YouTube that some companies just don't want their brand's ads to play on before the video goes. Okay, yeah, I get it. But because of that, like a lot of people who otherwise like their content's fine, it's just they might use a buzzword, and a buzzword could be anything. And so they lose monetization, and that hurts a lot of, especially like the small creators and the channels that like to do, you know, like scary stories or talk about like unsolved mysteries or murders or anything like that. They were hit really hard, and then it sounds like the net has been slowly just progressing and covering, like the buzzwords have just slowly been affecting more and more people. You go over to Twitch, and there are like subscription options, which once again, that was one of those things. I was like, what is this? What's the difference between subscribe and follow? Because I'm still used to YouTube terminology. And so there's that as an option to kind of make payment. I feel like I need to understand Twitch more. And I've got a lot of buddies who are over here on YouTube. I know some folks who do both, though. One of my, I'm a big fan of a gentleman named Leonard French. He is a copyright attorney. He is not my favorite copyright attorney, but he is one that I truly do enjoy listening to. And if for whatever reason it gets back that I told Leonard French that he's not my favorite copyright attorney, it is only because I have met Don Simon. I took some classes under him, and Don Simon is, you know, I got to meet him in person, and he's a living legend, Don Simon. He is the man, the myth, the legend. I'm gonna have to go back and do some like cleanup. Yeah, no, Suki, I remember you'd mentioned a couple times that you were reading Mouse. My favorite Halloween special movie? That's tough stuff. That's a tough question, girl. Is Rose? That is a good question. I am a big fan of Hocus Pocus. And I'm also a fan of the Halloween Tree. That's an old classic. And I don't know, would you guys consider Arachnophobia to be a Halloween classic? Halloween special movie? Or just kind of... I need to watch that again. When Good Ghouls Go Bad. I've never heard of that one. Nightmare Before Christmas? Who cares about the rest? Benedict, that's a Christmas movie. That's not just a Halloween special movie. That's like an all-year movie. I don't know what you're talking about, man. Okay, so Adpocalypse was bigger. It was a few bigger advertisement companies stepping out because an unnamed Let's Player did something stupid and a YouTube got cold. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, yeah, no, Benedict summed it up a lot better than I did. It was just like hot mess on top of hot mess. And it did. It affected a lot of people. So a lot of folks have been going to, a lot of folks have been going to Twitch or just a sec, guys. Hold on. A lot of people have been going to Twitch or moving to Patreon. So I don't know. I'm kind of curious to see how it goes. I've once again, if you take a hot moment to go listen to Leonard French, he kind of talks about like I think he... Oh. Okay, I'm getting distracted. No. Set that aside. But he talked about how some individuals, I think a couple channels are trying to band together and take court actions. I'm trying to paint a Cap. I'm trying to paint a caterpillar. My goal is to do alphabetical animals. So I'm working a day ahead. So I'm working on day C. And I thought about doing a crow. I thought really hard about doing a crow. But then I realized, like, I don't know, it's a bit predictable. And then I had this really great visual for a little cat, like what would be a cute little caterpillar illustration. And then I started drawing it, and I realized that the visualization was cuter than what I did. And I just kind of had to just keep going with it because it is 8 o'clock and I don't have time to restart. That's sort of the thing. I don't have time for that. Ain't nobody got time. I don't have time. Y'all don't have time. I was up till 2 last night working on it. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know what's going to happen at X. We'll figure it out. It'll be a surprise for everyone. Okay, I'm back reading comments now. Oh, so Good Ghouls Go Bad is by Goosebumps. Goosebumps is pretty... I remember those. Those were pretty solid. I actually listened to Something Wicked This Way Comes, the audiobook, and it was pretty okay. It was, I kind of spaced out. Ray Bradbury, I feel like he's one of those, it's better to... His writing in that was just very poetic and very flowy. And oftentimes I just kind of like space cadetted. So I feel like I probably would have picked up more if I'd read it. But once stuff started getting interesting, like the audiobook was really good. I haven't seen the movie. Nightmare Before Christmas it's an unholy fusion of Christmas and a Halloween film. It is its own thing. Now we just need an Easter Halloween mix movie. The Easter Bunny was in Halloween Before Christmas, Nightmare Before Christmas, so I think that counts. That's why I said it's a year-round movie. Yes, the Ray Bradbury, he did Halloween Tree and Something Wicked This Way Comes. I have that on hold. Hopefully I'll get to listen to that one before too long. Right now I'm just kind of darkening up this little bush. I'm caterpillar. Yeah, I'm looking forward to whatever comes on at X. I don't know how often I'm going to live stream. So far I have done an unintentional live stream. That was for letter A. A for Arachnid was an unintentional live stream. My plan had initially been to just kind of see what it looks like when I would film, and then I might have done like I might have uploaded that and then had that playing in the background and just kind of chatted. But apparently instead of hitting record, I hit live stream. So that was a bit of a imagine my surprise when I see that, oh, I'd been live streaming this whole time, and I mad dashed to YouTube, and there were people who were very kind to come cheer me on, and I had unintentionally ignored them for over an hour. I felt very bad. Well, I feel like Nightmare Before Christmas is a good Valentine's movie, even if you're not dating a goth chick. If you're dating a chick who has good taste, period. Just saying. Who has good taste in movies. Because it is a romance. There's some romance. It's not the main focus. X hides the treasure animal. Disney made a pumpkin tree. I hear like Disneyland around Halloween goes all kinds of super cool Nightmare Before Christmas, Halloween, and they keep it up until January. That's something that I would like to go do sometime, is check out check that out. So guys, probably what's going to end up happening is, because I can smell some food being cooked. Food that I was supposed to be cooking, by the way. This is how you get out of being responsible, y'all. Probably what's going to end up happening is I'll have to step away to let this dry. I'll go get some nom 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 noms. And then just kind of come back and refine it once everything's dried. I will not, if that's what happens, I probably won't live stream that part of it. So if you want to see the finished piece, check out my Instagram. Don't follow your dreams, follow my Instagram. I saw that on a pillow somewhere. I thought that was funny. Oh, what was I saying? So yeah, I'll probably end up letting stuff dry. I am a hipster. I have no shame. I'm not ashamed of my hipsterness. I embrace it. Fun fact, this is a scientific fact, guys. It's been tested by science and found to be 110% true, so you can take this to the mattress where you store your cash. If someone calls you a hipster and your first reaction is to say I'm not a hipster, you are instantly a hipster. Fun science facts with Liz. I've been to Instagram is not Instapound. Wah wah wah. I've seen a couple of your streams, Cap. My captain. Oh, Captain, my captain. You usually do yours on the Facebook, to Facebooks? Yeah? What about hippositor? Hippo hipster? What? I went to the zoo with Jace, and I don't know if he's still in the... He was hanging out a little while ago. I don't know if he's buggered off. But we were checking out the hippos, and I was like, oh look! It's the hippo and the hipster! There's just too much hip going on around here, y'all. Livestream.com. I'm not familiar with livestream.com. I think you were telling me about that. Like, it was one of the first sites. Well, if you did them on... I feel like YouTube and Twitch are a little bit more accessible. I think you'd do really well on Twitch, all things said and done. I also feel like he needs more leaves. I think you'd do pretty well on Twitch. Yeah, years ago. Live streams are super hard to find and figure out here on YouTube. So I usually go watch them on Twitch. There are a couple I watch here on YouTube. Leonard French being one of them. Plug, 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 plug. And but I think you do really well on Twitch because they have a lot of cosplayers. And that seems to be like a popular topic. It's not like one that there's only, you know, few people are interested in it over there. So you could do, I think you would do really well making your armor. I think you'd do really, really well making your armor. For those who don't know, which is probably at least a good 90% of you, Miss A. Thompson, aka the Captain, is a really, really awesome costume creator, and she is right now working on some really cool, unique ways to make armor. And bless her little heart, she talked about trying to do armor for plus size girls. So, because that's a demographic that just kind of tends to get overlooked. Yeah, no, creative category, way to go. Hey, Suki, thanks for coming. Always glad to see you. And I saw your ask for your Ruby character guy. I'm so happy that you got to join a group, and I'm so glad to see like he's being so well you know, he's just being so well received. I knew he would be because he was such a cool character. But you have a good one, yeah? Oh yeah. I think Wednesdays are a good one for a good day for the for Twitch. Do it. I highly encourage you to do it. I think you would do very well. I saw something moving in the corner of my eye and I freaked out. It was my hand on the screen. Sometimes Liz is not smart. Fun fact, I answer to both Beth and Liz, so feel free to call me which either one you prefer. Night! Oh, I can smell food and it smells yummy, and my tummy is like, hey, why aren't you up there getting some of that? This is stronger than I want it to be. So, y'all been figuring out your Halloween costumes yet? Green flavored ink, that's a good one. Just call me green. Just call me green flavored ink. Someone used to call me Greenie Bum. Halloween is every day. I'm a weirdo who tastes pens. And if anyone is curious, green tastes a little bit like blue, but with some yellow tossed in. There you go, Benedict. Rock on. I always loved seeing the trick-or-treaters come, like the little kiddos. Even when I was a little kiddo and should have been out collecting candy, I actually preferred staying home and handing out candy because I liked seeing the kids in their costumes. And keep in mind, like, when I'm saying kids in their costumes, I mean, like, even the ones that were older than me. I'd be like, oh, aren't you precious? I was also a bit of an a-hole. And one year would hide behind the bushes next to our front door, and I would scream at kids who rang the doorbell. I was definitely a jerk. Excuse me, a funny jerk, but still a jerk. I don't know. You know what? Why don't we do a let's try right now? Because I talked about it earlier, and then I got distracted by a fuzzy pillar. Oh, I was about to be like, guys, let's try this. It's drinking water. I grabbed the wrong bottle. I'm A plus. I'm A plus. Let's try this drinking water. Crystal Pepsi. Now some of the folks in the chat are nerdy like I am. Paint water. That's my paint water. I'm not drinking paint water. We're gonna do Crystal Pepsi, even though it's warm. Ah! So there's a gentleman named Brad Jones, aka the Cinema Snob, not sponsored by Pepsi, who is... I feel like I need to take a moment to just... The expiration date is October 30th, 17. Like, I don't know how... These haven't been out very long, and they're already, like, expiration date October 30th, 2017. Come on, Pepsi! I've seen people drink, like, what is it, 17-year-old Crystal Pepsi? Anyway. So Brad Jones was a bit of a Crystal Pepsi fan, and so he would make, like, I don't know, it was an ongoing gag, an ongoing joke that he was going to try and get Crystal Pepsi back. So when I was in the, like, not Cargo Largo, Big Lots the other day, I saw the Crystal Pepsi, and so that was the only thing I bought. You guys can't see it, but I am wafting it in front of my nose. I have no idea if you can... So I'm wafting it in front of my nose like one would sample wine. Let's hold it up to the light, do the little spinny. It tastes kind of like Pepsi, but they forgot something. The coloring. By the way, I'm like from a diehard Coca-Cola family fan, so, you know, it tastes like it tried too hard. Not a sponsor. Oh, that's not a flattering angle of me at all. Come on, guys. I know there's like a 30-second delay, but I need one of you guys to let me know, like, the second I do something when it's not a flattering angle. Ugh. To make matters worse, it's like room temperature. It was cold at one point. It was like room temperature Pepsi that tried too hard. All Pepsi tries too hard. Oh, I had such high hopes for this caterpillar. Welcome back, Miss Rose. With ya finger. Thank you, Miss Rose. I'm hoping he turns out all right. I mean, thanks, bro. Thanks for having my back. Oh, pickles. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, jeez. Guys, what's going on? The camera is Velcroed to a table lamp. One of those little hinged table lamp sort of. That brush is too small for what I'm wanting to do. Brush lamp, table hinge words. It is super ghetto. Fun fact, this looked cuter as a pencil drawing. Yeah, it's set up to autofocus. I'm gonna have to just keep trying to figure out solutions to this problem because I'm not happy with it. But, you know, I keep putting off, like that's sort of been my excuse as to why I've not tried any, why I've not done live streams before now. I just kept using that as an excuse, and I was like, well, guess what? No excuses. Just do it. No, only a crystal. Normally I do coke. And that was how Liz got a criminal record. Man, some states, like when you go visit, it seems like all they have is Pepsi. It's like, guys, come on. And that's why, and I know that's a state I don't want to live in, where if Pepsi products are more abundant, I'm sure that's some sort of like political statement or whatever, but if Coca-Cola is wrong, then I don't want to be right. I recall Gem and the Hologram cartoon. I did not watch it, but I recall it. It was too cool for me. There was a Halloween episode. Is anyone in here a Gravity Falls fan? I should see everybody's hand raise. Cookie, you got good taste, bro. Ms. Rose has good taste. Well, even if you're not a fan of the show, you're here hanging out with me, so you got good taste too. But they have a Halloween episode where they carve watermelons, and I just think that that's such an adorable idea that I kind of want to do that. Aw, Cap. Good job, Benedict. I knew I could count on you, bro. Don't worry, Cap. We'll fix that. It is a cartoon from Disney XD, and it's about these twin siblings who go to stay with their grunkle, their great uncle, for the summer. And it's really cute. It's one of the first shows that captures sibling relationship, the ins and outs, without it being like hokey. I recommend if you're just looking for something. It's fun. I was about to say, if you're looking for something to put on in the background, it's not something you can have in the background. You got to give it your full attention, because it's one of those shows that will introduce an element in like the first episode, and then, you know, season finale hits and you might not have seen much of that rogue element all throughout the rest of the season, but it turns out that that thing that was on the screen that, you know, you didn't write off as very important, but was just kind of like a neat little world building thing, was actually super important. You'd put, like, Alex Hirsch, the creator, would put little puzzles and clues for his clever fans to find and figure out. I say clever fans because I never found them and I never figured them out. I just sat there and was like, this is fun. This is actually well written. I think some of its pacing got a little weird. Some episodes are stronger than others. But her aim is getting better. But that's a good one. And they had a really cute Halloween episode, and they go to it's Summerween. And instead of carving pumpkins, they carve watermelon, and they go to a Halloween store. And I was just kind of I don't know. It felt like my adventures in Halloween stores. I can hear people upstairs getting grumpy because I'm not upstairs eating dinner. Benedict summed it up perfectly. Clever fans figured it out. Smarter fans just Googled up the answers from everybody else's hard deciphering. That's the difference between a leader and a doer. Alright, my captain. You go have a good one. Tell the grumpy bear I said hello. I hope to see you guys before too long. And I will go eat pretty soon. I'm just, now that I'm getting some line work in on this guy, I'm feeling better about him. In fact, once I finish lining his little chinny chin chin, I'm gonna go get some chowy chow chow. Bye! I do remember the 13 Days of Halloween on ABC. I also remember when Nickelodeon would do, like on Halloween, they would have like this really cool, like marathon. They would show all of their Halloween special stuff. I feel like such a hypocrite. Usually when I'm watching a stream and someone's like, I'm so hungry, I'm usually the first one going, go in, you jerk. Yeah, Nick or treat. That was it. Now I'm getting nagged at by the cats. Like, come on, human. Foods. Foods. Okay, buddies. Oh, wait. Missed the spot. Okay, for realsies this time, I'm gonna go get me some chow. Y'all have a good one. I'm going to come back and work on A plus plus A plus 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 plus. Thank you so very much. I think I'm pretty pleased with how he's coming along. I wasn't so sure at first, but I'm kind of warming up to him. But anyway, y'all have a good one. If Chad decides to stream tonight, I might see y'all there. Worst comes to worst, I'll probably just have the stream playing in the background while I work on this because I want to get it done at a decent hour. So you guys behave, stay fabulous, and I will see you next time. Oh, and thank you for coming out and spending time with me. I'm so glad that I had the company. You guys made this a lot more fun. So remember, this couldn't happen without you. Bye!